don't think it's about logic, Rick. I think the word has just become a symbolic issue for powerful groups that feel like they're doing the right thing.
Well, that's retarded.
Hey everyone, and welcome back to our exploration of fiery debates in the world of social activism. In part 1, we saw how activists from different backgrounds can clash over the best way to tackle complex issues. But debate isn't just about disagreement. It's also a powerful tool to sharpen ideas and find common ground. So, in this part, we're going to dig deeper. Riley Gaines.
When the NCAA said Leah Thomas could compete with the women, I would have thought they were in on the joke.
No, wait.
But they are the joke. The NCAA is the joke. Leah Thomas is the joke.
Okay, let's back up for the people who don't know who Leah Thomas is. I do, because I've read about her. She is the trans swimmer who beat you?
We tied. I did not get beat. I get called.
No, beat you in the locker room with her big cock.
And I find it unbelievably ironic that the same people that celebrate Leah Thomas, a biological male competing against females, are the same people that you see on commercials trying to get women's sports popular and talk about how great women's sports is. It almost makes me think they realize that they can't make the WNBA popular, so let's just put NBA players.
I wore this shirt today, actually. If the people can't read it, it says 50 years of Title IX creating opportunities. They handed out this shirt at our NCAA championships where we had a man win a national title. They love using the term equity. And it's like, do you know what equity means?
Yeah, they don't.
I want to throw a dictionary at you.
It's crazy to have this whole situation of people who are being silenced and not being heard as women.
Ricky Gervais.
Women, I mean the old-fashioned ones, the old-fashioned women. Oh, God, the ones with wombs. Oh, those fucking dinosaurs. No, I love the new women. I know the new women, they're great, aren't they? The new ones we've been seeing lately, the ones with beards and cocks, they're as good as... And now the old-fashioned, they go like, oh, they want to use our toilets. Why shouldn't they use your toilets? For ladies. They are ladies, look at their pronouns. What about this person isn't a lady? Well, his penis. Her penis, you bigot. What if he rapes me? What if she rapes you? You turf whore. I talk about AIDS, famine, cancer, the Holocaust, rape, paedophilia. But no, the one thing you mustn't joke about is identity politics. The one thing you should never joke about is the trans issue, right? They just want to be treated equally. I agree. That's why I include them. No. But they know I'm joking about all the other stuff, but they go, no, he must mean that, right? Like a joke is a window to the comedian's true soul. That's just not the case. I'll take on any view to make the joke funniest. I'll pretend to be right-wing. I'll pretend to be left-wing. I'll pretend to be clever. I'll pretend to be stupid. Whatever makes the joke funnier without prejudice. Okay, full disclosure, in real life, of course I support trans rights. I support all human rights, and trans rights are human rights, live your best life. Use your preferred pronouns. Be the gender that you feel that you are. But meet me halfway, ladies. Lose the cock. That's all I'm saying.
Zuby.
This is a fundamental attack on truth. You can't change the sex that you can't change your sex. And you certainly cannot change the sex that you were born as. If you were born a male, you were born a male. If you were born a female, you're born a female. Allowing people to go and alter their birth certificates because they themselves feel a certain way, whether they're a child, whether they're an adult, that's a fundamental attack on truth itself. That's an attack on biology itself. Before you even get into all of the potential impacts on women, from sports to prisons to private areas and stuff like that, it's a fundamental attack on the truth.
This is actually one of my greatest criticisms of modern so-called feminism, is because I believe what it does and what it's doing is it actually takes the masculine standards as the standard. What I mean is that the goals of feminism are always aspiring towards masculinity.
Yep.
It was almost like we want women to be more like men. We want women to be able to do all these things that men do. We want women to do them and to be in those spaces. When people are complaining about the lack of female CEOs or the lack of women in this industry or in that industry or whatever, you're saying you want women to go into these male-dominated fields and to compete and to have the same desires and wants and therefore outcomes that men do.
Whoa, hey.
Whatever podcast.
Do you guys want an average guy? Here's the issue, right? Average women don't want average guys because they think that they're not average. They think that they're above average. You have average women that are going to be chasing after exceptional or above average men. They're going to curve men who are average, who are actually on their level. That's why you get caught up with boys and in situationships and a guy never committing to you or a guy who's cheating on you because you're shooting out of your league. If you think you're a 10, surely you must deserve a 10. You're gonna chase after Chad. You're gonna spend your 20s fucking a bunch of dudes. You're never gonna like actually get into a proper monogamous relationship. You'd rather have the divided attention of a hyper attractive guy than actually have commitment from like an average dude because you think you're above average. That's the problem in the dating marketplace.
Know my value, I know my worth, and I know my beauty, and that is appreciated by other people because beauty is subjective. My fatness doesn't devalue me.
Why?
So I'm an A. I have been pursued by many men who think I am gorgeous and beautiful. That perception exists whether you have it or not. So guess what? I'll never be the only one who thinks I'm hot, and I know that bugs the out of you.
But if I have the value judgment of hundreds of millions of people to compare the standard to, and I know that I'm below that threshold and just decide that I'm above that threshold anyway,
I'm not the only
that's not
person who
based
makes
on
that
anything
decision.
objective. You're just making up.
And what societal standards in which country?
I must
In
bug the
every
shit
country
out of
on planet Earth, she's not an 8. It's ridiculous.
To be fair, also, it's interesting to claim to be so religious and so close to Jesus and be so negative.
To tell the truth?
No, I'm just saying, just to be so
What would
negative.
Jesus do? He'd be like, you're a 10, sweetheart.
Maybe you're not punishing the child, you're saving the child.
By murdering it.
Yes. By the life it would have had if it was born.
Wait,
You're
what?
saving it from the life it would have had if it was born.
How benevolent of you.
Yes.
That's
by
why
killing
the
it.
So where's
now
the-
this is why the benevolent patriarchy must exist. Because if we left it to people like you say, you know, the most benevolent thing we could do is fucking kill you. That's literally your line of
If
logic.
there were
here.
better like welfare societal systems in place, maybe.
How about responsible men?
For
Oh,
children?
it's just that we don't have enough welfare.
Yeah.
Which demographic would you thought, if you had to think about it, takes up a huge majority of welfare funds?
Single mothers.
Oh, well, I thought we just didn't have enough of a welfare system, but they're getting tons of cash from the welfare system. What the are you talking about?
Didn't the welfare system actually incentivize degradation of the family
Especially
unit?
in particular communities, yes.
How about this? Only traditional women deserve traditional treatment. I don't think women who do OnlyFans are deserving of the chivalrous treatment because they're engaged in sex work.
I completely disagree. Just
Completely
because
disagree.
you do OnlyFans doesn't mean that the guy shouldn't pay for the first date.
A man should pay either way.
Yeah.
They should
Even
always
if
pay.
she's a prostitute.
It's
Yeah.
OnlyFans
Still a
isn't
woman.
prostitute.
Even if she's a stripper or prostitute.
Because they're
She's still
a
a
man,
woman.
so that's their job. They pay.
So what you're saying is it's because he's a man. So he should be a gentleman.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
But who is
absolutely.
deserving of gentlemanly treatment? Wouldn't you say it's ladies?
Just
What if
because
she's not a
OnlyFans
lady?
doesn't mean you're not a lady.
Yes, if you're engaged in sex work, you're not a lady.
Not everyone like
wait,
has
says
sex
who?
on OnlyFans.
That
though,
guy
too.
should
Says the patriarchy right here.
Says tradition.
Well, that's your opinion.
That
but-
guy-
No,
It's-
no.
no, it's not
Tradition
my-
is not an opinion. It is historical
Well, then I wouldn't want
fact.
to be with.
Katie Hopkins.
Are they? 2. And they are? Male, female. But what about someone's right to tell you what their gender is?
No problem at all. You're going to tell me what your gender is. I don't have to believe it, but I'm thrilled for you. You're a lampshade. I'm so happy. Let me put a light bulb up your ass. Don't require me to think what you think.
Is it okay to call a fat person fat?
100% it's okay to call a fat person fat. If you're fat and you own it, totally more power to you, but just don't ask me to believe it's not because you ate too much. And don't tell me it runs in the family, because no fucker has ever run your family, otherwise you wouldn't be in the position you're in. And don't tell me you've got big bones, because you haven't. But younger people see you, this whole fat positivity, that shite's already over. The Victoria's Secret started engaging a whole bunch of the Chumbawambas. They can't sell a single pair of pants. And there's no surprise in that, because they're so far up the ass cheek of people who have fatty grey great asses.
Do you not worry about hurting people's feelings?
Why is me pointing out what you've done to yourself make me in the wrong?